Howdy everyone, welcome back to more for the 2024 Stone Burner Open for Dune Imperium Uprising. I'm your host and commentator, the BlackShadow, and I welcome you to the Wildcard round. This is the second chance shootout as we're going on from the group stages. The top two of all those groups have qualified directly to the quarterfinals, but all the third, fourth, and fifth place finishers have a second chance to make their way into the quarters via these wildcards. Here's a look at the overall structure of this, and basically it is a set of 15 straight shootouts where only the winner will progress to the quarters. However, the highest scoring second place out of all the matches will also squeak through as well. Several of the games have already been played at this point. Unfortunately, they've just been at times that I just haven't been able to cover, like at 3 in the morning my time. There's been quite a few of those. But today we have got one that we can cover, and that's going to be Wildcard N, featuring WolvaHulk, Evan 517, OMANT, and Ricktroll 3D. We'll start by looking at Rick Troll, who came in third in Group R. This wasn't an easy group, definitely. The likes of EV Bomb and Lannister qualifying in the top 2 spots. Rick did manage the one victory and had a fairly decent event overall, but unfortunately a 4th place finish to EV and Lannister in week 2, really putting an end to any realistic challenge at making the top 2. Has played a lot of aggressive leaders, a lot of fades been played, and I know Rick was in a decent run of form a few months or so back. Maybe a little bit disappointed that they're going to have to go through the wildcard playoffs, though. Obviously pretty unforgiving this stage here. Not a lot of wiggle room in order to make it through to the quarterfinals. It's basically win and you're out. But, you know, Rick has shown that he's able to make it through in these sort of tough, sort of cool games before here. So interesting to see how this one's going to play out. Next, we'll have a look at Evan, who came 4th place in Group A. This one, again, very heavily dominated by Mitchell and Evan. Not really able to make any kind of realistic challenge towards the top 2, but a fairly solid group stage. Well enough, again, yeah, with victory, 13 points as well. And indeed, their one victory came against Mitchell as well, stopping the clean sweep. So a pretty good result for them. Now, interestingly, their victory came playing as Shaddam, which has been interesting. Emperor Shaddam's had a pretty bad rate of results, I believe, in this competition. And overall, so far in the current climate of Dune Uprising, Emperor Shaddam has definitely been struggling for a variety of reasons, I suspect. But the other results have been playing, again, fairly aggressive levers. Muad'Dib, Gurney Hallett likes that as well. But showing that they are able to shake it up if need be. Next up, we'll have a look at WolvaHulk, who came 4th place in Group P. Pookie, the only person to win 4 games out of 4, topped this table here. We're seeing more of them in the quarterfinals. WolvaHulk maybe a little bit disappointed to not actually make top 2 finish as well, winning the opening game playing as Princess Irulan, but unfortunately not able to capitalize beyond that, and then Dinosaur making a very late charge to make their way into 2nd place in the group. So we'll be a little disappointed having to go through the wildcards. Definitely a chance to try and kind of bypass that entirely, but unfortunately, it's not going to be the case for them. And last up, we have OMANT, who also came through Group R, as you may have noticed there, coming in 5th place, just about holding off Pixned, losing on average points, but the opening tiebreaker after points is matches won, so OMANT was able to just about hold on with the way the results went down in the final match. Now, OMANT will want a sense of revenge, I suspect, in this game here. The one match they won, they played as Muad'Dib. However, Rick and OMANT actually played 3 times in these group stages, but Rick Troll getting the better of OMANT in all 3 occasions. So this would be a really awesome chance for them to try and turn that over and knock Rick out here, which would be probably a little bit of an upset. Rick Troll definitely does come into this game, I think, as the favourite in this match here. Definitely very accomplished here. But again, it's a wildcard format, which means it's only 1st place that goes through. There's very little else to fight for here, so you might see some strange sort of table dynamics here. Definitely a little bit different perhaps from the group stages as well, but I think that's definitely, you know, part of the tournament competition and the format, though I suppose I would say that I'm a little bit biased as the organizer, but hey ho. Any event, this should be a good game. Alright, so we get ourselves ready for the match here. Table's getting itself set up, and first player is going to red here. It is going to be Rick Troll in the first seat, which means it will be OMANT to pick first in blue. Oh boy, this should be most interesting. Okay then, so let's look at the opening bits and pieces here. A couple of half-decent contracts early. The Spice Refinery double draw, very, very nice for sort of like rounds 3 and 4. People are starting to hit that. The double draws are pretty good as well. And High Council's are very nice in the big games as well to get hold of that Benny Bell. That Spice Refinery contract is going to be competitive because look at this row here. Goodness me. Overthrow, the big 8-coster, is out here. This is the one that gives you double influence hits and an intrigue as well on acquisition. Very, very strong card, but it's not the only one out there. Public Spectacle, incredibly powerful as well for getting those spies. and getting those extra faction bumps. His Shackley is very, very strong, if he can get some friend bond going. Double Agent's a pretty decent spy card, and Guild Envoy is no slacker either, so very, very strong opening row here. And we just see if there might be some early revealing going on here as well for Public Spectacle. We'll see what goes on with that. As for the leaders here, we're missing Wardib, which is interesting. He gets played in most games he turns up in. And we're also missing Irulan as well. And it's actually, I don't even the worst Irulan board here. But it means all the spy leaders are out there. Staban's out there. Gurney as well. I suspect you'll see the left 4 get chosen here. But this is going to be a pretty combative game, I imagine. Should be interesting. So it is OMANT to pick first here. Does go for Gurney in 4th. He's got to expect that surely all the spy leaders are going to get picked away from him as well. So maybe taking Gurney feels he can have kind of a sort of a mini edge as well, perhaps. If it's like the money fight early, which would match his sign with the mouse, that might be of use. So Marga's going to get chosen. You'd expect Faye to get picked a lot here. The question is do you see Staban picked in first position? It looks a pretty good board for Staban. Obviously making the punt for Spectacle. Guild Envoy's a backup as well. And if you can get overthrows that, you're laughing. Wow, WolvaHulk goes Lady Jessica. Now, that is not what I expected. Wow, did not expect that at all. Is Lady Jessica eyeing up maybe an early espionage? Which means Faye gets picked instead of Staban, which I'm not too surprised about. But that is an offbeat pick from WolvaHulk. Okay, and so here we go. So it is the money conflict. It is Mouses here. It's probably what Gurney was looking for here. So, Frem Kit for Fade. Standard opening. He's got his other Diplo and his ring. Everyone draws pretty good here. Everyone's got faction access and rings here, so there's going to be a pretty... No one's going to really want to be revealing early here is the problem with this. Everyone feels that they kind of want to get both actions in. Maybe Lady Jessica not. But yeah, everyone's got a very strong opening hand here, so no one really wants to give it away. Margot's got a really strong hand, but they're both convincing as well. So, interesting to see what's going to happen here. Margot also will know that Fade's in the game, so spy placement could be a little bit tricky. Man, Lady Jessica for green is a bit of a surprise. But I know Jessica what she works. She's got 2 sides to her. She builds up memories if she wants to go into the Bene Gesserit, and when she hits it, she can flip it and has the Reverend Mother side over here. Anyways, it's water for Jessica, so she's going shipping route. Margot goes Spice Refinery immediately. No surprise there. So Gurney Halleck's got an interesting choice if he wants to get involved or not. It's a pairing conflict for him. Odds are if he puts in a load of troops here, like, he's going to take this down. He's got Seek Allies. Could go Desert Tactics. You kind of hate to not go Desert Tactics and give Gurney and give Fade the instant worm access, though. So I think it's going to force his hand here to Desert Tactics, and that's exactly what we're going to see here by the looks of it. Probably trash one of your Dunes out your hand. It's not ideal, but I think it just is what it is. He's got his ring, obviously, but you know it's going to be interesting how this. Everyone wants to take actions here. Fade is going to want to get an action off here, probably using his ring to get a spy down on espionage. It's going to be really important. You've got Fade, Jessica, and Margot who all want to get to espionage as much as possible. Very strong spots for them, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him go Arakeen and put the spy down there. So I don't think he reveals early. But it's a little hard to know. Gurney, I think, should put in all 3 troops here. Give himself chances of early revealing, possibly. I think he's got to get stuck in. Also, give him the 6 persuasion. Gives him the extra influence on reveal. And then we do see this from Fade. Surely he's going to spy up espionage here. He pulls both daggers. Wow. Wow, he might get involved here. It's a matching conflict for him as well. Oh, he spies up Fremen. Okay, so he's making his point known. He's after those hooks. I think Fade, the fact he's joining his other daggers kind of means he's got to get in here. He doesn't really want to. Yeah, he's gonna try and get it for cheap. He's hoping that Gurney's not going to put in any more forces here. But it's kind of a weird number. Jessica just picks up the spice at the Imperial Basin. Getting the memories going. Oh, what a find for her. That is so huge at the start of the game. That is so, so big. She might well... I mean, considering she's looking to go deliver supplies deep desert, that's very significant. So that's a huge opening draw for her off the top of the deck. I quite like getting the memories as Jessica. Getting those early intrigues is really, really nice. Some people decide they want to spin immediately. I'm not so sure about that, but, you know. Jessica's a tricky leader to use, you know. I think she's the hardest. She's the trickiest lead in the game. I think she's probably harder than Steban. Steban's just awkward. But Jessica is complicated. Margot goes for the early Hager Basin. So she is eyeing up going Spice Refinery next round. And she's getting the spice for it as well. Willing to sacrifice the water for it, which is interesting. But now it's awkward. And she's doing this because she wants to get hold of the money. But it's tricky for her because the problem is she's got to commit at least 2 troops to get even a couple of coins here, which is pretty expensive. But she's clearly committing herself down the street. So Gurney Halleck's got a choice. He could reveal early for Public Spectacle or Shishakli. Or he takes an action to win the fight. I think he's going to take the action and win the fight here, yep. And I suspect these will both go in because he's got no daggers. Which means that Fade is going to pick up Public Spectacle here and will be eyeing up getting a spy on Espionage ASAP. Jessica won't get anything for this. But I think she was just kind of probably knew that, just charging a price. Free Persuasion will pick up Guild Envoy. Margot's got 4. I would imagine she's taking Shishakli. Double Agents is an okay card, but Shishakli is pretty popular. Being able to trash the draw is pretty darn nice. And then Gurney's going to have 4 Persuasion as well. And I think Double Agent's okay. For Gurney, I think Double Agent's fine. Gives him some chances to hit Hager Basin and infiltrate some spies there, stuff like that. Margot's considering Double Agent here, I think. And going really heavy on the spies. Should get something here. Decides not to do so. Which, you know, is... I think you go both ways on it. I don't know. I think Shishakli is pretty solid. Even if you're not going heavy for him, just that trashing ability is pretty darn nice there. But Evan decides going to go down the prepare route here. I don't know. So Gurney Halleck's surely taking Shishakli here. I can't see him turning this down. Yeah, and it does. Wow. Well, if she'd taken that, she would have given Benny Operative to Blue, which is quite interesting. Anyways, so nothing to do here. Gurney will take it down. He'll be happy to at least get the point done. Obviously, it was pricey. An expensive 3 troops for the free Solari for Fade. Not ideal for him. But he's got Public Spectacles, so he'll feel happy enough about the situation. And we'll move on. A couple of coins for Margot's. Chasing down, getting that Swordmaster round 3 by the looks of it. Jessica assumably is going to hit deliver supplies with her Diplo here. Interesting to see if she's going to go Deep Desert immediately because of the fact that she's got market opportunity specifically. I don't know. Anyways, round 2 is Spice Raiders, by the way. This is a potentially huge swingy conflict for if you've got Worms in especially, but there aren't any out there. Daggers are out there, though. Margot's going to want to probably try and get a piece of this. Jessica's trying to work out, is there any other options than not going deliver supplies here? Obviously there are. Could go Fremkit if you want, but it's a little risky. I think just going deliver supplies is fine. Yeah, this can't be a bad move. And it's up to you if you want to get the Deep Desert in immediately or not. I don't know is the answer. Margot's going to draw first. Obviously getting the spy down there. No surprise, keeping it away from Fade. Looking for some more combat strength. Hasn't found it yet, but she feels convincing. So looking to get hold of a big persuasion draw here, basically. It is on to get Overthrow. Overthrow is on here. Could pull the convincing and prepare and get there. Gurney's, I assume, just goes Fremkit here. He has got his recon as well. Yep. So just going to get his worm access. Seems reasonable to me. Well, that's a hand. So, Fade. Got Diplo. What do you want to do here with your Diplo? Go Fremkit yourself. Desert Tactics doesn't feel the best. Is he going to go Arakeen first? He's going to garrison up, trying to pick up a big persuasion here. He's got enough for Stilgar with an action, but he's got to be concerned that Margot's probably taking Stilgar ahead of us. So does Fade Ralpha reveal early here? I think if he puts these troops in, I think Fade Ralpha is eyeing up, revealing early for Stilgar. Yeah, I think that's what's going on here. I think you're going to see that. I think he might be willing to give up Diplomacy to pick up Stilgar. Stilgar's such a strong card. So, back to Jessica. Do you just Deep Desert now? I think you probably do. I think Market Opportunity is so significant a draw. I think you probably have to just do it and get it done. And that with shipping is just going to get you there, so get you to your Swordmaster. So you hope to try and beat Margot to it, which sometimes you do. Margot will triple draw. She'll pull the Spy as well at Refinery. She's going to make the play for Overthrow, I imagine. Going to try and draw 3. Yep. Well, Dagger's a bad start. She needs specifically Convincing and Prepare, and that's the only things that get her there. And that is not it. That is not it. That is only 7. The double daggers. Pulls the ring as well. Not ideal. So interesting to see what Fade Ralpha's going to do here, if he does opt to reveal early for Stilgar or not. Margot clearly making the punt for Overthrow, but not guaranteed to get there. Is Gurney going Assembly Hall also for Stilgar? I mean, he can't. He's making a move to try and get hold of Stilgar, but he's got to assume someone's going to beat him to it here. But he picks up unexpected allies, which is absolutely wild here. Fade is going to play his Diplomacy here. He figures he might as well. Wow. So, Margot's going to get Stilgar here, and then I don't know what's going to happen beyond that. I guess Fade just... Does he just get it in here? I guess. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, bump's a bump, right? Leaving his Spy there at the throne is notable. Obviously, he gives him the opportunity to lift it for a couple of strength if he needs it. Jessica, with 3, will take double agent. So Margot's going to get Stilgar. Red's obviously very curious to see. They're all curious to see what her reveal is, and she does not have enough. So they're going to be relying on whatever comes off the road here. But Benny Operative, Spy Master's out there. Dangerous Rhetoric comes off as well. So Blue will not be unhappy at the moment. A couple of decent cards in the Benny card and Rhetoric here. Look both pretty good with the 6 Persuasion. Yeah. Rhetoric is a very desirable card. It just allows you to just play it, get a free bump. But, you know, there's options here. Benny Operative surely is going to be taken by Blue here. I imagine they would take both of those and just call it a day. And then Red's going to have to live with whatever's on the row. Spy Master's also not a bad card for them, by the way. Not the worst. Cargo Runner comes off first. And Delivery Agreement. Now, does that have any interest to Red? Probably not. Nope. It's going to take Spy Master. Hoping for something else to come off the road, but it didn't. Treacherous Maneuver is too expensive for him, so that will have to suffice here. So Red will win. Green will take the Water and Resources. I think everyone will be reasonably happy with what they paid for it. Where's Red taking the bump? Emperor. Interesting. Guess he's got Spy Master, so it makes some sense. We'll move on. Okay. Round 3 is another huge conflict here. Chome Security is daggers again. Very desirable. Fade's got Public Spectacle. Man, Gurney's got a pretty insane hand. He's a little bit unfortunate, actually, to pull such a strong hand. His next hand's going to be pretty tough. Margot is not drawn well at all here. And Jessica has missed access to shipping, which she was after. She's got double Diplo instead. So some funky hands here. I think Margot's going to just be forced to go Refinery Swordmaster here. But I don't think she likes it. The problem she's got is that if she does, what is her next action? She's probably not getting to any mining spots. Secure a contract, maybe. But with a hand like that, there's not a lot going on. The problem as well is if you don't go Swordmaster now, you are risking losing it. There is money in the conflict. You know, everyone's got a few coins dotted about. Jessica's got shipping access. You probably just got to get it done. And just reevaluate. Yeah, and that is the agreement here. I suspect they'll pay the spice, and they do. And they'll put the troopings, they've got the couple daggers. So, what does Gurney want to do here? If he wants to get... I mean, I think he has the Signet Ring seat, surely. And then just reevaluate from there. Like, I mean, it sucks. Your hand's really kind of almost too good here. But I don't think there's a lot you can do about the situation. I think you've got to get to... You've got to go to Siege before Fade does. You can't allow him to beat you there. It seems kind of absurd. Is it any faction spots you're desperate to get to right now? I don't think so. Maybe Benny just assisted the secrets would be kind of nice. And you could put secrets and put the spy on Siege, I guess. But then, is that really worth it? I don't know. They're going to use Shishakli to do this instead, which is interesting. So I guess they're just going to trash out the Doom card. I guess this is probably better than using the ring right now. I mean, he's got another Fremen card, so he can't get the bond. And the two swords using would indicate they're not likely to get involved in this fight here. But if you're going to do this, I think this is fine. I think this is totally fine. They pull their recon. Yeah. They still get the troop in. Interesting. So, Fade is just going to go Arakeen here. He's got daggers as well. Pulls his Doom card. I don't suspect he's going to get it. No, he does get it in. Interesting. I don't think he should right now. It's kind of weird, though. It's decent rewards. Everyone wants a piece of this. Garrisons are light. So what is Jessica going to do here? I don't know. She's just going to take the High Council bump. So obviously eyeing up getting all the cash together. But she's got Guild Envoy sitting in her hand here. And I don't know what she's going to do about it. It is a matching fight for her. Is Jessica ever highlining here? It would give her the Alliance. And it's a matching conflict for her. I don't think it's outrageous. She might talk herself into it. Margot Swordmasters. Gurney's going to ring here. She's going to wait and see what happens. Gurney, because he can get his worms in, and he will do. Also, letting Gurney Hallett win this seems kind of absurd as well. Obviously, he wouldn't mind second place, but we'll see. Fade, I suspect, is just going to race this alliance here. Yep, no shocks there. Gets up to 6 persuasion. So, what does she want to do? If she highlines, she's going to have to commit pretty heavy. But Gurney used his swords as Shishakli, so she probably doesn't have many more unless there's an intrigue specifically. It's a committing move, but, you know, you put in 10 strength, you've got your dagger, you're probably just going to win this. And she does opt to do so. That is exactly what happens here. Just going to put it all in and not even take the chance here. Just get it in. Fair enough. Not entirely surprised to see this move at all. Margot will take the loose spice. She'll feel feasibly happy about this. It looks like them and Red are going to be tied here for third place, which is a little unfortunate for them. So Gurney will settle with second, I guess. He's got 3 persuasion, not enough spies for the operative here. Needs 2 down for the +2. Might just buy like a prepare or something. But yeah, he'd be a little annoyed that his hand was almost too good there. I got Cargo Runner, but unless you're going to get hold of some contracts, I don't think you should be getting involved in that. If you're going to get anything, I guess just get a prepare and call it a day. But having unexpected allies in hand is very significant. He needs to try and set himself up for like a round 7 or round 8 highliner, and then use allies to get the worms in, win the conflict, and just try and win the game. It's going to be probably a fairly reasonable route for OMANT to take here. Rick's got 6. I guess he'll just pick up, like, Treacherous Maneuver or something. Can't see him going down contracts particularly either. Yeah, and does. Cooperation comes off now. This is a nice little card, this. And Jessica will be more than happy to take that, I imagine. Wow. She goes cargo running herself. Now, that is a bit of a surprise. What's going on here? Margot only a couple. Wow. Cooperation's just revealing, get a couple of spies down. That's pretty decent. Interesting. Okay, whatever. So, Jessica wins it. Gurney will take 2nd place. He won't be unhappy with that. 2 water, 4 Solari, and 4 troops. It's the one combat where it's like, you know, a lot of the time if you get 2nd place, you don't even really care. It's a bit weird like that. And nothing else for anyone else. We'll move on. Okay, so round 4 approaching here. Gurney's got his Swordmaster. I suspect he'll probably just take it immediately. Oh, wow, what a hand Gurney Halleck's got here. Oh, my goodness me. Yeah, I told you his next hand was going to be rough, and it is. Sorry about that. Goodness me. It's Spice Refinery, Walled Conflict. Knives out there. A couple of matches for them. Wow. Well, there's not a lot Gurney Halleck can do about this. He's got no spies down either, so there's not really much to do. You just have to go Swordmaster straight away, and then maybe Assembly Hall, and hope you get something that lets you draw a card or something, or put a spy down. I think what you can do here is that it's a bit it's ugly though, but his hand was always coming. Margot's got Stilgar. Red's hand is almost too good. And Jessica will not be able to steal her way into Swordmaster, unfortunately. She'll have to be patient. Fade won't play Treacherous. I assume he's just going to go Espionage. Oh, he doesn't have Espionage. He doesn't have any spies down. So, just going to pick up some stuff here and resources. Not much he can do. I suppose as far as the Acquire contract comes out, it's pretty decent. I'm surprised WolvaHulk took the cargo runner, though. I'm a little bit surprised about that. So, they're going heavily down this route here. Take both Sardaukar contracts now. So, looking obviously to combine up here. The recall as well. Be useful for later. They get Secure Spice Trade off the memory pool. That's a nice find for them. Margot's going to target this one, I would imagine. Probably just going to go Fremkit with Stilgar a lot here. Doesn't have to go Fremkit. Doesn't have to go with Stilgar. Could use a Diplo, but surely Fremkit Stilgar looks a pretty solid option here. If they knew what the state of hands were, I think they'd be just getting it in immediately, but they can't know that. Trying to construct all 3 rounds here. Diplo's just going to kind of go wherever it ends up. And they don't have to draw off Prepare, so... You know, the third option's looking a little tricky to know what you're going to do outside of Diplo and Stilgar, but maybe Fremkit gives you a better option. What is their... It depends on what their last card is, of course. They've only got the one to draw. I don't know what their last card is without looking, and I don't want to look without, you know... Not really fair to. It's just I'm kind of leading players on, which is why I try to stay away from looking at people's decks and such, unless it's like, you know, specific circumstances. Might she be going Secret or Espionage first? That way it gives Prepare the way to be able to draw here. Overthrow's still out there, by the way. At 8 Persuasion. She's going to go Secrets. And pull the Spy. So she's trying to keep Jessica away from the memories here. That's what's going on, I think. Finds her ring. Her ring was the last card. Maybe trying to get a little bit greedy here, perhaps. So Gurney, I think, has to go Assembly Hall, right? I think Assembly Hall seems the best place to go. The question is, do you go with Rhetoric or do you go with the Dagger? I do legitimately think you go with the Dagger in the hope that maybe you find one of the put a spy on a city locations so you can play Rhetoric there. depends. The odds are, so if you go Assembly Hall, what are the odds that one of the other 3 players is going to gather support right now? I don't think it's that likely. Everyone's got pretty good decks here. I think you can get away with, waiting on Dangerous Rhetoric here. But he might just want to make sure he uses it and get the bump. The problem is you do that, like, you're basically signs nothing else. Unless he's considering revealing early, but there's no great cards to reveal early for, so... But, I would go Assembly Hall before Gather Support, personally. But he might go Gather Support because he's after the, after Deep Desert Access next round. I don't think it's going to matter. I think he's going to get to both of them anyways. But, you know, so I don't think it's particularly relevant which way around this goes. Anyway, so he gets a bump. Probably like spacing or something. Fade's got his Diplo down. So, probably just going to go deliver supplies or something, I would expect. So he can go Hagger Basin next round. Pick up some money for his Harvest contract. But I expect we'll see. So, what is Jessica going to do here? 5 Persuasion. Double Agents in hand. Can't want to use it. No one's got involved in this fight yet, by the way. Which is a little bit weird. Might just go Arakeen, maybe, and draw. I don't think it's a disaster. No, she's after more memories. She is after more memories. She obviously can't do it immediately, because she's got to you know, play it with the ring, but picking up the loose spice here. Just going to kind of see what happens. Well, Margot, if she wants to go... The problem now with Margot is that if she wants to go Fremkit with Stilgar, she's going to cycle a deck. And she's got no way of producing the water here. Maybe Margot had intentions of going Gather Support, maybe. To get the water and then use Stilgar to Desert Tactics. And that way she could trash out of her discard and not draw. Maybe that was the plan. If so, blue is either well fought ahead or fortunate. Depending on how you want to look at it. Dagger found. She won't get involved yet. She'll wait for Stilgar. She's going to put it in, I guess, but it's like whatever. I don't think it's particularly relevant. So Gurney's just got to go Assembly Hall. Nothing else for it. Unless he really wants to reveal early for, like, Delivery Agreement. Which I don't think he's going to. He has no other move. It's the only thing he can do, and you might as well do it. Take the intrigue, see what happens. There's some good intrigues you can find, you never know. Intrigues in this game are pretty nice. Going out with quite the tank here. Decides he wants to get the spies down, I guess. Is he really that worried about Fade Ralpha taking Covert Operation? I guess. So just decides to just grab it and keep it away from red. Okay. Well, so red gets a spy. They get the intrigue. They pull... Well, that's what blue would have got. They would have got the Chris knife. And red will not be unhappy to see that, truthfully. Jessica will be grabbing a cheap second place here. 4 to buy. Might just grab one more Prepare the Way and call it a day, I guess. I don't know. Decks get in. 12 cards is not bad. Might decide just entirely against it. And does. And Margot's gonna... Oh, no, she can't. She's got to go Assembly Hall here. So, yeah, she's obviously after Overthrow here. And Opportunism is the intrigue found. So, we'll take Overthrow. Willing to not use Stilgar. And might still win the fight as well. Fine Spring the Trap too. That's pretty decent. So Margot is fairly happy about life here. And Tactical Option is going to get the job done as well, which is a little bit fortunate, truth be told, but might as well play it. So, surely Yellow's gonna take the fight here, and is gonna, they're gonna be probably favourites here, with Overthrow and Stilgar in hand. They are gonna be favourites in this game. They've got a little bit of catching up to do, maybe points-wise, but, you know, I think they've got, you know, two very strong cards to play around. Jessica will just be happy to get second place, truthfully. She would have known that she was never really going to win this. But, yeah, things looking very good for Margot Fenring here. Jessica finds Buy Access, which pairs incredibly interestingly with Market Opportunity. And we'll move on. Oh boy. Tessaloti is next. Gurney Halleck will not be unhappy to see this. Immediate Siege for Fade. Did not hang about there. Jessica desperately needs money. Desperately needs money. She can obviously get it. Marco Trini now plays. Now, she's only got red to worry about for Swordmaster, and red can't get there right now. So Jessica does not need to go Swordmaster right away. Is there a world where Jessica goes Hager-Basin herself to pick up the spice, specifically because she needs so much money from shipping and market opportunity here? She's got no, Cargo Runner is just a blank at the moment. She's got no contracts scored. Looks like she's just gonna go secrets here, which makes me think she's gonna play opportunity immediately here. Finds Depart from Maracas, which is not bad. She gets the draw off the card as well, so that's a bonus. So the memories are played. So she flips her card, she draws 2. The card gets flipped. And she gets to discard this to get another couple of cards in her hand here. So Spiceless Flow coming. Just trying to clean this up here by the looks of it. So that's all undone and dusted. And she can, if she wants, she can immediately... Oh, no, she didn't have the... yes, Reverend Mother is now available to her as well. So if she wants to, she could spend the water to respin here if she wants. So going for the Spiceless Flow draw here. I think she needs to use an Intrigue, though. I think it's too dangerous for her to leave this like here. Like, Fade Wrath could definitely risk going to secrets later on. I mean, if you don't know what he's got. Playing Opportunity's fine. Like, you're just going to play it anyways, right? Just working out what the extra card draw is. Guild Envoy discarding the spacing card to draw 2 more. That's kind of why she got Cargo Run, I guess, to pair with that. Should be noted she does not have Spice for Slow right now. She has missed it. And then here comes the cash. So, Margot has not drawn great here. And she's in some trouble. She's in some real trouble here. Probably just forced to go Arakeen and draw some cards and try and obviously dig out some of the better cards she's got around. Imagine she'll just hit it with this and pull... Might even pull the Spy. Yep, just desperately searching for any big cards here. That's not one. That's not one. She gets the extra draw. Finds Stilgar finally. So... going on. She does need to start hitting the Fremen, obviously, as well. Needs a lot of bumps, actually, for Opportunism 2. She's only got 3 faction bumps so far. We're in round 5. Not very good. Gurney will start getting worms in here. Whoa! Interesting. So Gurney goes for Hager-Basin, decides not to go Deep Desert for the extra spice. It's because he's got the unexpected allies. That's why. He's trying to conserve the water. Has to play Shackley to do it. He doesn't have to trash the draw if he doesn't want to, but he's going to get rid of Convincing Anyways, it's a trash if he wants it. It's not a discard, it is a full trash. So just kind of indicating it to them. Yeah, doesn't want to trash the convincing because he feels he's got to get some spiceless flows later on and doesn't want to harm that. What is he going to do? He's like, sod it. So he is going to. He's going to try and get some cards to replace that. Pulls his dagger. He probably won't be the happiest to see that. You feel like that was a downgrade. Anyways, Fade, I don't think he's going to wait a Deep Desert. He's just going to get this in a lot of the time here, I imagine. That will give him the money for Swordmaster. Obviously, he can't get there. That will be denied by Margot. So Margot's ring, now it should be noted, is now changing spice to water. No much use for it right now. Whoa! She goes High Council. She goes High Council instead. Decides she wants to get the bump going and start trying to get something off of cargo runners. So sacrificing off the for now. It's because she hasn't got the spiceless load. That's what's going on here. It's because she doesn't have spiceless load. She's desperately trying to get hold of it. Oh, it wasn't enough for Fade to get hold of the Harvest, actually. You only got 2 spice, not 3. My apologies. Anyways. So, Fremkid it is. Does not draw Overthrow. Doesn't draw Diplomacy. Doesn't draw her ring. It's enough for Spiceless Flow. But she was looking for a big power card, I think. She'll have to... Not much she can do about it. She'll stay out of this. So, Gurney will be able to take this down almost certainly. The question he's got to work out is how does he want to win this fight? He's Diplo. He doesn't really want to be sending to Desert Tactics, I don't think. But it means he'd have to go probably Spice Refinery to put in more troops. Spice Refinery is kind of a bit weird because he's going to get money off the fight as well, but... It's interesting as well. Is Fade Ralph going to lift the spy? I wouldn't even hate Gurney going to like a faction spot first, just seeing if he lifts the spy or not. But I guess he feels he's just got to go to Spice Refinery whatever happens, so he's just going to get it over and done with. Wouldn't want Margot to block him there. Does he pay the spice for the coins? I suspect probably not. Nope. So the troops will go in. No draw. He's got to put in both here. And Fade will know that he can't win this now, so he'll save the spy. Don't think he'll buy anything, personally. So Margot's going to get a first spice. Jessica definitely will. I think Margot... I don't know what Margot's going to do. Does she just go like Assembly Hall? I think she just goes Assembly Hall, personally. Just grab her free intrigue on the side. Might as well. I don't see what else she's going to do, really. She's at 9. It's a free move. Unless you want to go gather support instead. But I think the intrigue might be better here. Personally. I don't know. Could pay for the water. If you want it. Gets you closer towards maybe like a research station later on. You've got Spring the Trap. That would encourage going gather support, looking up for gathering for round 7. And that is what we do see. So, Gurney gets a free faction hit, he'll feel. Probably just go, like, deliver supplies or something. Maybe he goes Dutiful now? Gets the point. Deliver supplies and acquire contracts are out here. Acquire contract might be pretty decent for him, actually. You feel you might want to try and get that now, I suspect. Doesn't really need the cash, so I think he'll just take the quiet. Also, it keeps it away from his opposition, who kind of would like that. Margot, for all we know, might be playing towards like Chosen Prophets or something. Liver supplies is also okay. But I think just getting this done now is totally fine. And if you do find that spice must flow, like, that's one less trip to the Spacing Guild that you need. So I think I prefer Dutiful here. It's marginal, but I think it's a little bit sharper. Just feels a little bit more concise. Gives yourself some options later on. He's kind of playing like he's trying to keep it. He was trying to keep in mind picking up size, but then he's trashed his convincing argument, so maybe not. Might just go espionage. And he does. So he's gonna have 3 spies down by the looks of it. So I guess he's just going to start filling up faction spots. Pretty much. Don't see too much else to be doing here. OMANT will feel like they're in with a chance here. They might not necessarily fancy themselves coming into this, but they'll feel like they're in with a shout. The other reason as well that Gurney could have considered going the Emperor instead of Espionage is they'd feel if they win the fight, they actually take the Alliance as well, and they get the Spy anyway. So I think that's why I prefer Dutiful Service, personally. Because you take that Alliance, I just don't think anyone's realistically going to challenge you a lot. But WolvaHulk, though, with Jessica, is going to be feeling very happy about life as well. Like, they can just pick up their last... they're at 6 points here. If they can pick up their 2 friendships, get to the 8. Spices Flow is 9. They got buy access as well. Secure spice trade. Like, Jessica is well set here, and it's gonna take some stopping. I don't think it really matters quite where Gurney puts the spy down. Well, it's not going to matter. We know it's not going to matter because he's going to win the other two spies anyways. But yeah, I just think Dutiful was a slightly better move than Espionage, personally, but that's just me. His problem as well is that he's got his Bene Gesserit card coming as well, which I guess he's just going to be the Bene Operative. I guess he'll just be revealing for Spice Must Flow, I guess. So again, I think he should have just gone Dutiful and taken the acquired contract. I think that would have been better for him. Anyways, doesn't matter now. It is done. OMANT will take it down. Rick will pick up 8 coins and a couple of cubes, so he'll be after High Council ASAP, along with his Swordmaster. And Margot will just take some cheap coins on the side, which will pay for opportunism and maybe some High Council going on as well. Overthrow obviously coming as well. So Blue just going for both action spots. And I imagine we'll just put the Deep Desert Spy down anyways, probably. Maybe Siege is better for Research Station or Blowing the Wall. Siege Spy might legitimately be better. You don't have a ton of competition right now for the Deep Desert World. And by the way, Fade Rail for going Deep Desert and not winning this fight, that is very bad for them. Red is in significant trouble here. Round 6 is Trade Dispute. It's a pretty insane worm fight. Water everywhere. Alright. Well, Jessica, what's the plan? Because you spent your stuff going to High Council for the Spice Must Flow. Now what you going to do? Not a great hand, truthfully. No spice for shipping. Green's in trouble here. Green is in trouble. I think Green, the best they can do is just try and just get as much stuff done as they can here. It's not going to be a pretty clean turn. They've got no way of getting to Swordmaster and raising the cash. They just go base in and just lift their spy, draw a couple of cards, try and get a second Spicer's Flow. You've got Dagger to Assembly Hall if you need it. You've got 6 Persuasion. You've got to draw off the Spy at Imperial Base, and you've got to draw off of the Arrakis card as well. Plus the Dagger. I think there are worlds you get Spicer's Flow here. No, she's going to go Contracting instead. Finds a ring. I don't know how happy she'll be about that. And takes the Acquire Contract. Bit of insurance for her alliance, she'll feel. Margot is obviously going to be hitting this. Will be overthrowing the Spacing Guild a lot here, you'd imagine. Interesting to see if someone plays ahead of time to block her. Maybe Red just goes deliver supplies to block that or something. But then they might feel that Margot might just blast away at the Fremen Alliance, and that'd be pretty uncomfortable. So there's some problems about. Gurney's got Covert Operation in hand. He might as well use it. It's a way to force some discards from his opponents. It'd really hurt Jessica right now. He feels he's probably got to get a Spiceless Flow going, right? So he probably wants to go High Council. I would not hate Gurney Hallett just going straight High Council here. And then maybe going, like, to the Emperor with Covert Operation or something. You might even get to Spiceless Flow. He feels he wants to get up some spice together, though, so we can go highlining, but I don't see a very effective way for him to do that. Is he considering Siege and Worms? And, like, blowing the wall while he's at it? It's a mouse conflict. The only mouse out there to match is Fade, who I don't think is in a really great spot to go for it. But Gurney might as well use Covert Operation here. He doesn't need the reveal. Doesn't need to play the Benny sister, really. The Benny operative. Though he could for the bump, just for the point. But I suspect he'll just go Emperor here to, like, Dutiful or something. Maybe take the Research Station contract. I don't know. Has to play the agent first. Because the text on the card reads, you know, it's like anything else. So you've got to send an agent somewhere. But he can decide it beyond that in whatever order he wants. I suspect he would just, yeah, pull the spy. Yep. So does it this way instead. Pulls his Diplo, by the way. So everyone must discard a card. Officially in turn order. But if people want to discard ahead of time, I guess it's up to them. So Jessica, not happy. Obviously, he was trying to find a way to make a Spiceless Flow happen here, but it's not going to, so I think you probably just get rid of, like, Convincing. I think the Spice from Spiceless Flow card, probably worth it. I'd keep hold of it. Only if you're going to block in the Arakeen spot. It's got to go somewhere. Yeah, he's got the Research Station contract, so it makes sense for him to put it by Research Station, which is exactly what he's going to do. Gurney would like to win this fight, of course. He's got unexpected allies in hand. Hold on, Green has not discarded yet. Got to point out there that Green has yet to discard a card. So, gotta wait. There's no way. I don't see how Jessica's ever getting Spiceless Flow here. It's just the simple truth of the matter. She really wants to. Hold on. There we go. So Fade's just going to pick up the loose spice here. Is Fade Ralpha eyeing up Highliners here? He's definitely threatening it. probably take it down. So, yeah, Jessica even given up the convincing. I think the right call. But I don't really know what she's going to do here now. I think she kind of wanted to just hit Emperor herself, but it's not an option. The spice at Basin is gone. A ring's a bit awkward here as well. Probably just Diplo. Diplo in tactics doesn't feel great. But it's progress towards a point, right? Unless you're going to try and make a play for like the Bene Gesserit alliance? Feels pretty hard when Margot's sitting around with Overthrow and a spy on the faction. It's kind of difficult to commit to that. But outside of Desert Tactics, I don't really know what else she's got here. Problem is, Tactics is not helping her with buy access, is the problem. She's got really good intrigues, but she can't really use any of them. Very low on the supplies. They've got themselves into all sorts of trouble here. And I'm not sure. I think they're going to feel forced to do Tactics here. Oh, they are going to make a move here. They're going to try and just make something happen with secrets. Detonation is found. The first detonation card we've seen. Well, actually, that's a lie. I mean, Gurney's got unexpected allies. That's what I mean. That's an interesting move there from Jessica. Not interested in going for that. She's going to just play detonation and just limp the troop in. So that might change Margot's plan here. I think she was going to Tactics a lot, but yeah, she's going to go. She's just going to hit Bene Gesserit now all day. Maybe Margot has. Jessica's got Larsen's thoughts here. I can't see Margot lifting the spy. I think she'll want to keep that down a lot here. So meanwhile, Fade's obviously going to get his Sword Master, and then is looking at obviously threatening Highliner. I mean, they did. Oh, they were after the contract card in the Imperium row. That's why Margot does opt to lift the spy here. Okay, I think she would. I thought she might decide to keep that down, but whatever. Well, Siege Ritual is found. Which is A, insurance on a Bene Gesserit alliance, and B, gives us Larsen's thoughts of the potentially a Fremen steal with Overthrow. As they say, or as I say, you can never defend against the triple bump. And that might be a move she might go for in the future if she thinks she can get away with it. Opportunism gives her more license to go for it as well. Gurney, I assume, is just going to go High Council here. High Council will get him to 9 Persuasion. Maybe he assumes that Fade's not going there first, though. Might go Arakeen first himself. I don't think Gurney can go Research Station right now. He needs 2 water. Could also just go Worming, but then he's sacrificing his Spice Must Flow, which he doesn't really want to do here. I think Arakeen might be the order of the day. No, he is going to Research Station. Okay. Well, interesting to see how he's going to get this this water back. Well, that's 9 Persuasion. Spice Must Flow in hand, and he's assuming he can put enough combat strength so he can just Diplo whatever he wants, basically. And get the Spice Must Flow. He's got both daggers in hand, which is nice. Means he only needs to commit 2 troops if he wants. He'd have the 6 strength for the fight. But Gurney might want to try and actually win this. But he must feel that Fade's probably just going to highline a lot of the time here, so maybe it's just not worth really committing. Just put in the 6 strength, try and take 2nd place, and call it a day. Might as well spot the Bene Gesserit. It's sitting there. Yep, might as well. I don't see any reason not to. You might even just go secrets here. I think you put in 2 troops, you get to 6 strength, and then you just diplo like secrets or something. I think any other equipment beyond that is not necessary here. Fade will just Swordmaster, and then I assume probably Highline. Jessica, yeah, it's not like Jessica's in a really awkward spot here. Getting horribly edged out. Gurney's considering putting in more troops here. It's like kind of trying to charge a price for red, but I don't think it really means a lot here. I think conserving your own strength is more important than trying to expend reds. But he is going to put it out. Maybe he's got a different idea of where the dagger's got to go, but he does have 10 persuasion because he's going to get plus on always smiling. Benny Operative's worth 3. So he does not need to put this troop in. Other than just trying to expend more forces from red. But yeah, green is in an awkward spot here. A lot of cool stuff they can do, but it's awkward for them. So yeah, they wish they could get hold of... They're wishing they didn't get rid of convincing because they want to get a delivery agreement and try and make a play for it, but not to be. Margot will just go and get her hooks. I imagine she'll put in the troop here to get in front of Jessica. Yep, does. Don't expect to do anything else. So I do think Gurney should just go secrets. I think that's the right move. But he might also decide he wants to deliver supplies. I don't know. I think secrets is better, though, personally. Just gets it done and dusted. And more intrigues is always good in this game. I hope they haven't miscounted. I mean, to be fair, like when I play Gurney, I do sometimes forget about always smiling. I just do. I don't know why. Like I keep telling myself what I should do is if I ever play Gurney, is like have a token I just bring to the table, which is my always smiling token, so I remember. Bit like when you see ECAS in the old comp games, people would like put flags over their end turn button. Stuff like that. Okay, well, deliver supplies it is. Both are fine. I think I would have preferred that anyways, but whatever. And Fade Ralph's going to stay out here. He's not going to get involved. He is going to save Highliner for next round and commit himself and hope it's a fight he can generate a lot of points from. That's the plan. He needs a swing round because at the moment he's behind. He picked up Special Mission, which is... it's okay. Margot's just going to defend her alliance here, I suspect, with the dagger. Oh, she can't. Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, she will do. So just going to defend her alliance. She's got opportunism, so she can do this. Not a big deal for her. So Gurney Halleck's going to win this fight, which I bet he wasn't quite expecting. But he won't complain. Point scored. And nothing will happen here. So Jessica at least gets a water back. Whether she's going to be able to do much of that, I don't know. Couple of trashes. Also another matching symbol for Gurney, which is not irrelevant, by the way. I think Gurney will just take the 2 coins and just call it a day. Yeah. So here we go then, round 7. Wall is still up, by the way. Gurney Halleck is sitting on unexpected allies. He does not care. Know what they're doing. Did blue even add the coins? I have no idea. So, Spice Refinery it is. It's the money fight. Mouse. Bonus troop for yellow, which is not irrelevant. I don't believe... Did blue take their money for this? That's why I'm putting it on top. I don't know if they actually did. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they didn't. There was nothing in the chat. That's why I'm putting it on top there. That's what I do. I just put it on top of whatever's relevant to tell them you need to deal with this. It's immediate. It's mandatory. He has to do it, so... Okay, then. So, here we go, then. So, no one's drawn amazing. Margot's got Stilgar. Jessica's obviously not got her Swordmaster. Guild Envoy's in hand. She can draw some cards here. She's going to feel she's got to try and get Spice Must Flow here. Gurney's got a pretty all over the place hand here. Is Margot just blowing the wall here? She feels she's going to blow the wall and she's going to use Stilgar and Spring the Trap to try and make a play for this. No. Hence noticing her leaving the spy down, which is definitely relevant. So Margot's going to make a move here. Gurney loses value of unexpected allies. He'll be a little bit disappointed about that. Nothing he could do about it. But he'll know that there's potentially some trouble here. No way to Spice Must Flow. Or to highline it here. Must feel red's probably going to commit as well. Problem is, they'd be a bit worried about yellow winning. But I think Gurney Halleck's going to have to just sit aside here and just accumulate a couple of points. And just hope this goes an 8th round. It's hard to see them getting involved in the fight and winning in this situation. They don't have a lot of firepower. They probably just have to sit aside and hope that red wins. Off an assumed high line. Red's indicating that they've got Highliner access. It's very likely they do, obviously. The only problem is they don't have any water for Haga Basins. They'll need to generate that somehow. I think Gurney's just got to go Bene Gesserit here. Maybe just go Secrets. I don't know. The problem is, if you want to reveal Bene Operative for free persuasion, it's kind of complicated because the fact he doesn't have the High Council yet. He could play Shashakli and just trash Shashakli at this point. It's probably done her job. Could trash the Spice Must Flow card out your hand, but I don't really see a lot of point in that at this moment. But I think you could probably just play Shashakli and just trash Shashakli herself and just turn it into a card draw at this point and say the job's done. Nowhere to Deep Desert. Could Haga Basin? Haga Basin's not the worst move. Yeah. Doesn't feel he's got much else to do here. He's in a little bit of a tricky spot. Kind of wants to go Bene Gesserit, but doesn't want to. He wants to get the Spice Must Flow point as well. He'll be hoping to try and pick up his Diplo card here specifically. Does trash the Spice Must Flow card. I do think trashing Shashakli is slightly better here, but you know, whatever, I guess. Oh, he finds it. How on earth did he just find Diplomacy? That is absolutely wild. What a draw. So here comes the high line. There's his Diplo. Oh, man. Well, he finds strategic stockpiling, which looks good. But I'll be honest, I don't really know how Fade Alpha is actually satisfying any of that. It'll be very hard to score here, I think, actually, with this. I think he's in some spot above with that. I don't know. Interesting to see if he'll... He might be able to get the spice point, I guess, but he'd probably have to give up other stuff to do it. So, a bit of a weird card in his hand, but he'd be happy that he's got it and no one else does. So, card draw for Jessica. Doesn't worry about the troops here. I think her combat days are over. I think this is the right call. She does pull Cargo Runner, which gives her more discard options with Guild Envoy. She really wants to get to Sardu card desperately, but she just can't find it. Do you just go Fremkit here and just discard a spacing card? There's no way to shipping either. She's in all sorts of trouble here, is Jessica, trying to find a way to finish this, but she just... It's really awkward. Could go Spice Refinery, I guess. Just going to go Assembly Hall here. Well, she finds Mercenaries as the next intrigue, which isn't really great for her, I don't think. So it looks like she's just gearing up for probably like a Frem kit here. But Jessica is in trouble now. Margot will draw. Again, leaving the spies down. Stilgar is coming. Stilgar at Deep Desert is coming here. And it's being threatened. And Fade will know that. Fade will know that there's a lot of strength coming in here. It's going to be hard for him to win this fight, being honest. I don't know what exactly he's going to do to try to win this fight. You feel Red will probably feel they've got to win this fight. If they don't, it's probably their tournament. Gurney's just going to go secrets and just pull the spy, I would imagine. He's stuck at 7 persuasion. So he needs a fortunate draw off of secrets, you'd imagine. But Blue's feeling it as well here. He's considering going espionage for the double draw, which is what he's going to do instead. I guess it's probably better now at this point. Just need some options. Try and get Spice to Flow as desperately as he can here. Well, that doesn't help him. Signet Ring's not the worst. But Assembly Hall is gone, so he's probably eyeing up Signet Ring High Council is probably what he's going to have to do here. He's got a spy to put down. He's got to put the spy down. He's got it in supply. Just put it on Spacing Guild? Yeah, it's got to be Spacing Guild. So, what is Fader Alpha's plan here? He's going to go gather support. And he's going to Public Spectacle, Hagar Basin. He's going to get Worms in. And he's going to close his eyes and hope he wins. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, he doesn't get the draw. That's why. He's playing Prepare the Way. He does not get the draw. Force a habit, I think. But Fade Ralph is just going to worm and shut his eyes and hope he's good here, but I don't think he is. I don't think he is. I think Red is in huge trouble here. He's going to see Stilgar coming at Deep Desert. And he's going to look at the maths and realize he's probably not good. He's only got 21 strength. Margot is going to have a lot more than that. And that's not even taking intrigues into account here. But that's the wild cards for you. These wretched shootout matches. You don't want to be in these. Yep, just going to draw a ton of cards. And just gonna hope to get the Spiceless Flow. 5, 6, 7 persuasion. 8 persuasion, so they do get there. Bonus spice on the house as well. Won't be the worst. But Jessica is just absolutely scrambling here. Unfortunately, progression's looking worse and worse. Can Margot Fenring end the game here, though? She can. Margot Fenring can end the game by getting, obviously, the Worm in at Deep Desert, gets 2 points off of the conflict, a third for the money, and then she'll opportunism her Emperor point and the Emperor bump and one of the Bene Gesserit bumps, and that will get her to 10. I think this is over. It looks like this is over. I don't think Fade Ralpha's going to be able to stop this. With Spring in hand as well here, it looks like Evan's going to go through to the quarterfinals. Unless something crazy happens. Fade obviously has an endgame point, but it's not helping him a lot right now. A match, quarterfinal H against Greedy Grill. Joe MB and H awaits the winner of this. Fade's going to put the spy down, obviously, to give him a couple more battle strength here, but it's not going to be enough. Vader Alpha it's not going to be enough here, I don't think, for him. He's going to be crushed when he sees this card come out. He'll feel disappointed as well to get Public Spectacle round 1 and, you know, not make more of a headway into this. Blue must be fearing the worst here as well. Green will be disappointed too. Got off to a rocket start here, but unfortunately just dying on action economy. Yeah, but Blue's saying they should have used the thing. Blue is going to get a couple. Green is going to get a couple of points here actually. And they've got Skewer Spice Train in hand, so they're going to finish at 10 here, but Margot Fenring is going to win Spice tiebreaks. It's not enough for WolvaHulk, but Green will be disappointed, I think, with this one. Here comes Opportunism. And now they'll realise that Yellow's pretty sure they're going to win, and Red, at this point, knows this game is over. They know that they're beat. They know it's over. They've got no response here whatsoever. And Evan here, a bit of a surprise win, definitely. An upset for sure. Rick Troll, who I think would have come into this competition, fancy themselves making a big run into this, is going to get knocked out in the wildcards. If there was ever a demonstration of how wretched around this is to be playing in, let this be it. It's all over. Yellow goes through to the quarterfinals. Jessica is going to lose out by a couple of spice. That's all she wrote.
No, I even had an end game, so it was like, if I won this combat, like I was locked in at this point.
Yeah. Ooh. These two, huh?
Just needed to draw something that was not strategic stockpiling.
Yeah, good card, wrong time, right?
Yeah, good card, wrong time, right?
Well, yeah, congrats, Evan. Well done.
Thanks, appreciate
it. I was a bit nervy at the end.
Yeah, I figured. I think Rick, you had what, 2 intrigues in hand?
Yeah, I had 2 intrigues. One of them was end game.
A couple of them that could have been enough daggers to jump me or tie me. So
I was thinking of actually taking a different line this turn, of instead of playing this here and then going here with this, right? Cycling the strategic stockpiling.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the problem is, if you don't oppose yellow, then who does?
Yeah, right. Like, no, I cycle the strategic stockpiling, and it's like, then what, right? I don't have enough water.
Yeah, you're all kind of got a bit of nothing really, so it's not a ton to do. I think it as well. Like, you obviously got Spectacle early, kind of fancy it, but yellow obviously had a couple of really powerful cards in the deck, and was always going to probably tell that. And Opportunism found the bumps there as well. So
yeah.
Seem pretty strong overall. As well for like green. I know they're obviously not in the call here, but I think they played it pretty good. Just started out at the end. I think action economy like really hurt them at the end there. They made the move to High Council to get the slow, which I get, but it did have some long term impact. I think, which I don't know if that was worth it or not, but decent enough there. And then obviously blue. I don't know, like kind of pull aspect out of those is great, but just never found a use for it.
Yeah, yellow never bought Margot. That was interesting. I never bought the Rebels Prior.
No, it's a bit unusual, but had other things planned, I suppose.
Yeah,
He had other things.
Bro got dead after a while.
He had Spring the Trap, so I don't know.
Pulled that like round 3 or something. That was always going to be pretty useful later.
Yeah.
No, like
it was a fun game, was it?
Yeah, I mean,
I enjoyed it.
mhm.
Yeah, it's a fun one.
I had the feeling I had a chance. At least the illusion. That's good.
Yeah, no, like if he didn't have a combat infantry there, I like get this point. I don't think anybody's ever stealing this.
What would have been next
I mean,
combat? Can we
he
see?
had Siege. There was maybe a world he might have considered threatening with overthrow. It was maybe an option, but
it was maybe an opportunity, but I can just this.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
play
then,
the
but then
Spice
he
Face,
can
go
waste your
to- yeah.
time and then just opportunism that, can't he? So
Yeah.
there was license, but didn't need to in the end.
Yeah, there's a little bit. Yeah.
But never mind. But
Yeah.
anyways, congrats Evan, and we'll see you in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, thanks. Good
Cheers.
game all.
See
Thanks
you
for
later.
covering. Damn, next round it could have been mine, I guess. Yes.
Never mind.
We just have one more round.
Alas.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna watch you progress and play soon, and have a nice
Once
evening.
you've been my kryptonite this entire tournament, Michael.
Yeah,
Yeah, me-
four games out of 5. Jeepers.
4 games
Us
out of
too.
5 I've played with OMANT.
Ricky, yeah. we can continue later on.
To be fair, this is the first time he's outplaced me in a game.
I don't worry. I was well aware of that fact. Don't worry.
This is the first time he's outplaced me in this game, but he's dear lord, OMANT, you've been fucking with me the entire tournament.
No, didn't I? Hey, come on! Didn't I not win against you the first game? Like the one I won, was it? You were not there?
No, I wasn't
He
there.
wasn't in that match.
Nah. Okay, okay, good.
I lost to EV
Well,
in that game.
Okay, I see.
So confirmation here that Evan, with probably, it's got to be said, probably an upset here, finds his way through to quarterfinal H. And again, a meeting with Greedy Grill. Joembi in H looks a pretty unappetizing event, but I think they'll be happy just to make it through to the quarterfinals. I think probably overall deck quality, if you've got Steel Guard and Overthrow in your deck, you're going to win a lot of matches, truthfully, and that's exactly what happened. Just the sheer weight of power, allowing for opportunism later on. Definitely getting the work done. I think they'll be overjoyed to make it through to the quarters. A little bit, maybe not the most cleanest sort of way through. Maybe been a little crude at times, but job done. And green will be disappointed as well. I think had a decent spin of it, got ahead early, but just didn't have enough actions just to try and close the game out before it all happened. Obviously, really hoping that red would manage to try and stop yellow from winning it, but it was, yellow got themselves pretty much ready to rock and roll and managed to make it work. So, well played to them. But that is going to be all for this one. So, thank you much for watching, as per always. We'll have a few more wildcard games coming on before the knockouts and the quarterfinals later on. I am part of the wildcard, should be noted. I'm in wildcard, I don't know which one, like G or something. And there may or may not be coverage of that as we go along. But we'll see how we go. Anyways, thank you much for watching, everyone. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you in the next conflict.